Good morning to each and every one of you. As you know, I have preempted all of our starting times this morning, and that is because I did not want you to miss that section before the actual sunrise, where you're getting a good cast off the top of these clouds. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning in Barbados. We're just on the eve of our independence, and it is a glorious morning. Blue skies, yellow sun, symbolizing exactly the colors of our island. Beautiful, beautiful Barbados. Welcome to all of you. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a nice restful day yesterday. Met a lot of our family members who are on the island right now. It was really nice to do that, and it was even nicer to remember to take photos, because at least this morning I'm not getting scolded by our care Can, who always tells me, remember photos, and I always read that comment too late. But I went through my mind yesterday before I even saw anybody. All day I was drilling in my head, photo, photo, photo. We have a very windy day over here on the east coast of the island. It is predicted to be windy through the next 2 days, but this morning I just felt in the mood to see a sunrise. I just wanted to start this day exactly like this with my friends, viewing this beautiful sunrise in Barbados. What a magnificent daybreak. We're going to walk in the direction of Joe's River Rocks just so you can see the power of these swells this morning. North swell is still coming in. Well, during today it's supposed to be at its peak. They're saying about 5 feet, so at least we'll get a chance to see it. But with all the winds and stuff, obviously conditions to surf out here would not be right at this time. Good morning to you all. We're going to say our serenity prayer right here now this morning. So those of you who would like to join me, please do. For all the others, we'll be back with you in a couple of minutes. God, grant us a serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Just a beautiful, beautiful morning. Now I had the set up a little bit closer to the beach itself, a little close to the sea. However, although it's low tide I think it was at 5 something, it's starting to surge a little bit onto the beach because of the size of the swell. So I actually couldn't show you the cresting of that sun that was coming over the horizon, because I would have had to go into the water to do so. But I really think you all would probably have enjoyed it. I'm sure that those who were on earlier on had a good time with the silence, just listening to the sea conditions, etc. Just to show you what I built to try and block the wind. Beautiful day here in the island. Absolutely gorgeous day here. Reflections everywhere. All of the beams coming off of the clouds in the distance, lighting up the entire beach on the low tide. Just beautiful. Alright, I built that structure there, not the big one on the inside, couldn't have moved that around, but I built the one on the outside, and that's what we were sheltering the microphone from with this morning. The best I could possibly do at this time, so hopefully you all were able to hear the ocean as well as the wind this morning. All of the cliffs facing the sun now beginning to come to light. Bashba is waking up. The east coast is starting to glow this morning. You will notice there's a lot of construction going on the beach. On some of the villas that are here, they're being modified and enhanced. The biggest one down, I would say, in the center of the camera now, that's been here for a little while, but that seems to start to set the trend for this general area. Above it, you will notice there are very tall structures there. They're going to be 2-story for sure, at least 2-story. Looks really nice though. It's just squarish. It's where there was a big house before, so you're not really seeing anything different there as in construction wise, just a modification of the footprint and what's going to be offered in the upcoming future. A lot of homes down here are having work done on them. I've stayed in this one here in the center of the camera quite a few times. I've stayed in the upper floor. I've also stayed on the lower floor, and I see they're doing a lot of work, taking all the steps that were there. All of the gallery areas being reinforced and worked on. I'm not too sure what they're doing, if they're going to change the actual layout of the structure or not. It just looks as though they're going to be enhancing it and strengthening it in the front area, but that's left to be seen. This is just being completed. It is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful with all the full glass windows. You know, you can pull those curtains when you're here. All the full front facing the east, all glass. Cleaning it would be a chore, but the beauty looking through it would be amazing and well worth the time put into cleaning. Brilliant, brilliant sunshine. Check this out. Darker makers most definitely on. As you can see, the camera is not even helping too much this morning. It's just a blast of glowing sunlight coming up. The promises of a new day. I can't think of a more perfect perfect start to the 29th of November. It is amazing. Hopefully there'll be clear skies for all these celebrations tonight in Bridgetown. As you all know, if you're on the island, or if you may not know, our curfew has been lifted for one day. So there's no going home at 12 o'clock tonight. If you want to stay out a party to the sunrise, come on the East Coast and watch it, you can do so if that's what you would like to do. If you're in Barbados, please enjoy the celebrations. I am actually not going to go into the actual celebration because I know there are going to be many people, and I am not fully vaccinated until the 3rd of December. That's 22 weeks after my second injection is up, and that's when I'm supposed to be fully vaccinated. So I'm going to play it cool, I'm going to play it quiet, but I'm going to bring you beauty of Barbados to lighten up your mornings and brighten up your days, hopefully. Just an amazing day down here on the beach. I've already seen some people walking and strolling towards the north this morning. As you can see, there are folks up there enjoying their coffee on their decks. It's just an amazing morning here. I hope you all are well. I hope you've rested well. I hope you're at peace. I'm saying my serenity prayer quite often. It's not that I'm not at peace, but I just have the need to say it a few times, especially over the last few days. Just want to pray for my peace and for my strength. And it's working for me. And every time I feel it's slipping a little bit, what do? Say it again. Obviously. That's something I live by, serenity prayer. You're going to be blinded this morning for a little bit. We're going to take you out of that sun for a second and point you the other direction so you can see what the beach looks like waking up. And guess who is out this morning? Happy to be here. Brought his blanket with him on his waist, so if he starts to sulk again, I can give him his blanket so he doesn't get too carried away. I've asked him not to suck his thumb in public, but not too sure if he'll do it or not. You know, he's feeling a little bit rejected right now, so let us say good morning to him one more time. Let him get rid of his energy, let him parade. Good morning from you know who. Just a beautiful morning. Low tide, perfect conditions again. I think low tide this morning was 5:41, something in that time frame. I may have called that wrong, but I do know that this entire week spans low tide. Up to Wednesday and Thursday, we're still dealing with about 7 o'clock or 7:30. So we will still be able to see the low tide in the morning because it will be fully low for quite some time before the tide gets up. I decided this morning that although I knew there was going to be a lot of wind, didn't know there was going to be this much wind, but according to charts, yes, winds were most definitely going to be happening this morning. It was going to be pretty strong. But I want you to see the raw power of the East Coast and experience what it is like down here with all the wind and all the noise, etc. that we're experiencing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the microphone so when I'm walking that direction and I'm showing you the other side of the island, it's not blowing directly into the microphone. Just a little bit, get rid of some of the wind flow that's coming into it, but it's really back rather than to the front. It's an amazing morning here on the island. I don't think there's anyone in Barbados right now that's looking outside that is not just blown away with the beauty that we're seeing. Beautiful Barbados. Even the glows from the north, just amazing. This lights coming in. It's lovely. It's going to come in a little while now. I'm not going to find that, of course, because of the size of swell that's coming right on the beach. You can see from the colours of this sargassum here that there is a new float that's come in. Doesn't look too heavy. I don't see any in the ocean at the moment. So this will probably get cleared away, but the dry swells at high tide, most of this will go back up to see it a little bit. Beautiful Barbados. Spectacular sceneries. I'm talking through the back of the microphone, so I hope you all can hear me, because I like to be heard. I guess you would know that by now. And I'm going to talk even if you can't. Even if there was a dead microphone, I would still talk as you all have seen me pass for half an hour before you even realize what's going on. That's just my nature. You have to either love me or not love me. The option is yours. I hope you love me because I love you. No matter how much you walk or how little you walk. Just, would you not like to be right here, right now? It is cool this morning. There's definitely a little bit of higher fake news. We're chill with you all guys in here. But for us locals, there's definitely a little chill in here this morning. I can feel it in my back, even although the sun is rising. I am feeling a lot, well, chill in my back for sure. I'm not feeling any warming rays whatsoever at the moment. I am aware of it, but not feeling the warming rays as yet. Alright, Darker Makers, you all know the story, you all know the drill. When we come in and I put on the wording in the morning on our preamble to bring your Darker Makers, you know bring your Darker Makers. Even if you do like us Bajans, put it on your head like a bandeau just to pull back your hair if there's no necessity for it. Or just make a fashion statement with it around your neck or something. Just bring your Darker Makers, please. Still quite a bit of work going on the East Coast Road, relaying of some of the main pipes down here. I guess they're fairly close to completion now, but they have been ongoing now for the last 2 weeks. I passed here on earlier this week, because whenever I go to the north, I always come around the East Coast. I know the shortest way is back up the south via West Coast or Highway 2A. However, I don't want to sit in a half an hour of traffic when I could be taking in this beautiful scenery on the way home. So the East Coast has become like one of my main highways anytime I go north. I always come over Cherry Tree Hill or Farley Hill and enjoy the beautiful views coming up the coastline. Just stunning this morning. For my family that has some Airbnb properties up there in those hills in the Casuarina trees, good morning to you, cuz. Don't forget me. I come in by you one of these days, even if I have to creep on your deck and sleep on it on a night. I can be up in your hills shortly to show the people what it's like to wake up in the hills of Cattlewash. That's something that I'm actually looking forward to. Now, as you can see, there's no sea bathing today, even in the pools, even at low tide. Not recommended at all. The surge that's coming in here will pull you out of any pool, whether it be here or whether it be up in Bashba itself. Oh, hello. What's up there, big boy? Haven't seen one of you for a very long time. How are you going? Well, I have not seen him. Maybe it's because the rough sea water has brought him in, but he's a big boy. Don't want to frighten him too much, but I want you to have a good look at him. Yeah, I haven't seen these for a long time, you know. Years ago, I remember when we used to come home on the weekends and Saturday night and stuff. Seeing these all across Highway 7 as you pass, especially by the Graham Hall Swamp. Nowadays, you don't ever really see them, so that is a special treat for us this morning. You can see he's been walking all over the beach. You can see his claw prints everywhere. Definitely don't want to put your hand near him for sure, but he's a big boy. Great to see him this morning. Nature, beautiful, beautiful nature. What an amazing place for us to spend the last day before our independence and going republic than in the natural Barbados, the beautiful side of Barbados. So all of Barbados is beautiful. I'm going to tell you that Barbados, stunning everywhere you go, but the nature of the East Coast is something that we treasure. I hope it will never be taken from us and made into any commercial businesses or anything like that in this area, because this needs to be preserved for our children, and their grandchildren. Brilliant glows this morning. I remember that house up there in the hill when I was, I would say, before I turned teens. We used to go up there quite often. The owners at that time were the Chandlers. I'm not too sure if they still own it, but that's a beautiful, beautiful home. It's away from everything else. Up the hill somewhat, so it's away from all the sea spray and the heat from the beach itself. Beautiful. Quite a few of them I've seen up here. I saw one being constructed just at the top of Joe's River area the other day when I was there. I don't know if it's a new construction or if it was something that's just getting refurbished or rebuilt again. But I did see a lot of woodwork going on it, which tends to make me think it may be a new construction. But anyhow, it was tucked away from everything. It's still not taken away from the beauty of down here. Just stunning, stunning area. Now you will remember when you walked with me earlier this year, there was no beach here. There were all rocks in this general area from here going to the east. I'm going to show you again the sand that has built up. We always talk about this in Barbados, but before I do that, here we go, another silent 360 for those that love them. Enjoy, feel it. Open your minds, take your vision, and let your vision and your memories flow together. Let them merge and let yourself feel the breeze, sea spray, warmth that's beginning to come now, and the absolute peace that's being experienced down here. Here we go, 360 for you guys. I noticed that seeing some comments about not being able to hear and stuff. This morning the wind down here is very strong. I have on the heaviest dead cat that I can possibly put on here. If I put on anything heavier, you would not hear the sea breaking. So this is the best that we can offer this morning. Unfortunately, it's coming with a lot of wind. I don't know if I had a problem with the microphone just now or not, but I did see some comments saying about we can hear you now, we can hear you better. So I don't know if that was a wind or if I'd actually lost the volume. Not too sure. Alright, we're going to get away from that blinding sun in a couple of minutes because we're going up under the rocks here just to have a look around here as well. But this is low tide, as you can see. This is way up onto the beach. Before last year when we walked, earlier this year, sorry, when we walked here, look how high it's coming this morning. Check the surge that's just come up in this beach here with that swell. Big surge that comes up. Normally at high tide, this water is back out, comes up only as high as where it is right now. However, with the size of the swell that we're currently experiencing, it's surging right up into the rocks. Now, as I had mentioned earlier this year when we had walked out here, especially even up to the other day when we saw all those crabs on the beach, there was no sand here. It was all rock, just rocks everywhere. We were able to actually walk on the sand and walk up here. It would have been a dexterity test earlier on this year for sure. Have a look at the raw power of Barbados. Look at this. I think this is just a perfect spot here for our EMC photo op. What I'm going to do is take you a little closer on the rock, so hopefully you'll be able to enjoy the sounds that you see a little bit more without all the wind in the microphone. Just beautiful, beautiful Barbados. There we go. Photo op courtesy of the EMC. Surge coming way up, almost came up to my waist at that time. Got the S9 on the hip. I was doing some photos earlier on, so if you all see me jumping about a little bit and all kind of strange actions going on, yes, I am running from the water. It's just a beautiful morning. I really hope you all have had a good time with me this morning. You know, we did start earlier than originally planned. I just could not let that pre-dawn go without being seen. So this is going to happen on occasions. Remember, we always say ETA, estimated time of arrival. Does not mean that we're actually on that exact time. I know some of you slingers, I didn't see who came up this morning, so I hope I'll be able to find your names later on. But I hope some of you slingers were not caught too off guard this morning. I know many of you have stiff wrists by the time you're ready to pull the comments out and fling them off. Because you're there waiting for a long time before. So hopefully this morning was the same thing. This is gorgeous. The tones, the nature, the sunlight with the sections that are being highlighted. Gorgeous, gorgeous East Coast. This is perfect to look at. Again, I would like to thank each and every one of you that got up this morning to come on here and celebrate and watch this sunrise with me. Celebrate life for another day. You know, we all have to be grateful for life, no matter how challenging it is right now. I am sure that after seeing this kind of beauty and this kind of peace, that you are feeling more ready for today than you were before. For those that watch it later on, I always like to thank you for your time. It's not something that I take for granted. I think someone that comes on and watches these vlogs, whether it be live or whether it be later on, you know, it's a huge commitment, and I thank you all for doing that for us. The EMC care team and myself, you know, this is our pleasure to bring you on a morning to witness the beauty of Barbados. You know, they build our spirits before we actually start up the vlog itself. I saw this morning lots of comments going on. Of course, I can't do anything at that stage again because, you know, I actually am still in the sunrise itself, so I can't get involved in the comments. So from the time I put up our preamble in the morning until the time the vlog starts up, I'm pretty much out of action. Yeah, okay, he's all sulking again. Hold a sec. Behave yourself, man. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. He's sulking because his towel or his little blankie got wet just now with the surge, and he's blaming me. And you know, that's what happens when you move around with a little kid. You're terrible, man. Spoiled little child. You know, don't mind. Beautiful, beautiful person to have around. Good companion. You know, one thing for sure is they never talk back to me. Well, sometimes they do. Sometimes I talk back to them too, which is a little bit of a fear, but that's all right. No problem. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Greetings from Barbados. Greetings from Barbados on the eve of our independence and going republic. For all of you that are not familiar with that, please read up on it. We have lots of celebrations that are going on live today on the media, on TV, so you can always follow through on that. If you're not here on the island, you are interested in seeing what it's like, I most definitely will be following it later on this evening and tonight for sure. I think it starts at 11 p.m. if I remember correctly. Speaking under correction, of course. But please have a look at the schedules. Go to GIS Barbados, and from there you can find all the information on the upcoming celebrations, etc. Remember that although our curfew has been lifted, all of the regulations and protocols like that are still in place. So please be careful if you're out there amongst a lot of people today. Keep your distance, keep yourself safe. You know, this is still a very unpredictable world right now. You know, nobody is, you know, immune from catching anything. It is, you know, a very dangerous thing right now. So be wary. Love your life. Remember to protect your vessel. I have learned that myself. I'm still learning every day. Protect the vessel that God has given you, and make sure that you can go forward today as strong as possible and into tomorrow bringing the peace and love that you're feeling right now. Because I know for sure from the comments I'm seeing here, everybody is feeling happy and everybody feels the love and the care that's being given to them. From me, the EMC care team, from all of our EMC members, to those who are watching this later on today, we love you all. We thank you for viewing this with us. This is beautiful Barbados. It is waiting on you. Take your time. Whenever you're ready, come down and join us. This is the beauty that we have for you. Take care, everyone. Love you all. Greetings from Barbados. Welcome to the Rock those who are here. Have a great time, everyone.